I just want to, for those of you that have met me or know me, I'll remind you, my name is Robert Flutie. As you know, I'm running for congressional seat in the 30th District. The ultimate hope is to unseat Henry Waxman, who after 35 years of being in office, collecting 420 consecutive paychecks from the wonderful people of the 30th District, has done nothing for us. He's completely disenfranchised himself from the 30th District, and it's not only disrespectful, it's unacceptable.
Where is he? Is he in hiding?
He's in hiding, yes. He's going to be on Dancing with the Stars, though. So look for him next season on ABC.
He's kidding.
I am kidding, yes. I am kidding.
I couldn't take that.
I'm so convincing.
Evan likes to check yes.
I'm bringing back a little water. I want to give you a little update on the campaign. Since we began the campaign, I have personally reached out and called 7,003 registered Republican voters in the district. I have not done robocalls, I have not done billboards, I have not done bumper stickers or buttons. I have personally sat at my kitchen table for 7 hours a day, and I've called 300 people a day to personally introduce myself, because I want people to know that I will be the congressman who will be able to be reached when I'm in Washington, D.C. I don't plan on relocating my family to Maryland, and I don't plan on taking up residence in another state. I will stay in the Pacific Palisades. I give everyone my phone number, 310-773-7967. That's my personal cell phone number. You can reach me at any time. If you go to my website, flutie2010.com, press a button, you'll get a phone call back from me in 12 hours. That's the level of commitment that I've made to becoming your next congressman. But I just want to share a little something with you from what I've heard and what I've learned from the 7,000 people I've spoken to. On a personal level, my father, who's 90 years old, God bless him, he's had the good fortune of a wonderful and healthy life. I have a mother-in-law who's in her 70s. Both are retired, and I've never thought I'd have a conversation with my father who would ask me, how am I going to make it beyond 90 years old? This is a man who's provided for me my whole life and who's offered me security, and is sitting and looking at his retirement fund and his savings dwindle because of a volatile stock market and uncertainty in the economic marketplace. His taxes are going up despite the fact that he's doing nothing. He literally, at 90 years old, enjoys his free time walking and enjoying the wonderful landscape of New York where he lives. And I sat there and I said, well, it's a tough one, but first and foremost, if anything should ever happen, Dad, you're welcome to come and live with us. We're happy to provide for you. It's the least I can do as a son. But it got me to thinking, as I spoke to the different people in the 30th District, this is a concern that's shared by everyone. How are we going to make it beyond today for the next 10, 15, 20 years? Forget 50, 60 years. I have children, 14, 12, and 5, and I look at them and I go, how am I going to provide for them opportunity? I won't get complicated, I'll say this. My experience as a businessman gives me the skill set that I need to be able to go to Washington, D.C. and figure out how to help these people, people like you, people like my father Albert, and my mother-in-law Joan, to be able to make it so that they can enjoy their life without the fear of being bootstrapped into a situation because the government has spent their money. That's what my experience brings to you. So when I go to Washington, D.C., I promise I will not let the federal government spend more money than it collects. If it collects $300 billion, it will only spend $300 billion. That's how we lead our life. That's how they should lead their life. If I spent more money than I had, I'd have collectors calling me. I'd have lawyers on my you-know-what. And I would have consequences that I'd have to be responsible for. Why is the government allowed to spend more money than it collects on a yearly basis without people stopping and saying, that's irresponsible? How can you do that to people? And the answer is because they know they can raise their taxes, come to you and take more money out of your pocketbook. That will not happen when I'm in Washington, D.C. When I'm in Washington, I will reduce the size of government, I will make sure your taxes don't go up, and most importantly, and because I have young children, and because I was in New York on 9/11, and because I have a 14-year history as a volunteer fireman, and I was at ground zero after the World Trade Centers collapsed, I want to ensure the safety of our country. I want to make sure that we can get on an airplane so I can go visit my 90-year-old father with his grandchildren without standing on a line for an hour and a half because there are terrorists and there are lunatics trying to kill us, because I witnessed it firsthand on 9/11. That's what I hope to bring to you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the generosity of your support. Flutie2010.com. God bless you. God bless America.
Well done.